This episode is sponsored by Yes My Wine. When someone talks about France, what pops up in your mind? The Eiffel Tower, the Arc de Triomphe, or the River Seine? But today we're going to take you on a trip all the way down to the chic, sophisticated and sun-drenched south of France. Now nobody can resist the bliss of this Mediterranean atmosphere. The crystal clear blue sea, powder white beaches and deliciously hot sunshine makes this one of the most popular summer holiday destinations for tourists around the world. Welcome to Provence-Alpes-Côte d'Azur. Now, when you think of Provence, you think of lavender, right? You don't imagine it's going to be this stunning. So we've now gone away from the beach, and I'm now going to take you into the heart of Provence, where not only do I expect to find some more exquisite fine wines, but also some fine food and some really charming villages. So come with me and let's have a look around. If you want to leave for the south of France for your summer vacation, then Saint-Tropez is the place you can't afford to miss. It is known today for its famous star-studded and extremely wealthy summertime guests. It has been duped the playground of the stars and is currently a regular hangout for jet-setters, fashion models and millionaires alike. One place you must visit while you're here is the historic and beautiful multicoloured port where hundreds of the most luxurious yachts are docked. Now this is Paul from South Africa. He's a deckhand on board this gorgeous yacht. Hi, can I ask you what it's like actually working and living on a yacht like this?
Well, it's long hours work, but you get to see really nice places and you always have summer weather, so it's really nice. I like it.
So how much does this cost, do you know roughly?
This one is 17 million euros.
17 million euros, wow. And how much does it cost to dock it in the port of Saint-Tropez for a day?
Saint-Tropez is 1,200 euros.
Why do you think people in the yachting culture love to come to Saint-Tropez so much? What is it about the lifestyle and culture that everyone loves?
It's a beautiful place. And the village is amazing, and there's an amazing nightlife here as well for the guests to go to. And one of the big reasons also is Barbara just behind us. It's the best ice cream in the world.
I'm going to have to try some of that ice cream. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks. Well, maybe you can't afford a yacht, but there's one thing you can enjoy here. And this is the good rosé wine produced locally right here in Saint-Tropez. Well, I'm lucky enough to have found Caroline Moreau. She is chief winemaker of the Maître des Vignobles de Saint-Tropez. That translates as the Masters of Winemakers of Saint-Tropez. But what would you say makes your wine so unique?
I think that first the terroir is very special because it's we're along the beach, so it's very sandy, and we also have the sea wind that gets into the vineyard and that freshes really the climate. We handpick the grapes.
You handpick them?
Yes, all of them.
Wow, that's a big deal.
Yes, it is.
Because that makes it far more expensive.
Yes.
So how do you pick exactly, which ones are the best grapes? What do you look for?
If some grapes are in the shadow or some others in the sun, we choose the one in the sun because you have more fruits in the grape. It's more fruity.
So after, obviously, the picking of the grapes, then you do the crushing and the fermentation, and then you've brought us here. Is this where you store it?
Yes, for the white and the rosé wines, we only use stainless steel because we want to keep the fruity side and the aromas of flowers. And for some of the red wines, we want to have some fruity red wines that we keep in steel tanks. And for some of them, we want to age them a little more, so we keep them in oak barrels.
Oh, great. Can we look at the oak barrels?
Of course.
Brilliant, thanks. Now, I love the atmosphere in here. It's so atmospheric and cozy. I love it. Can I have a smell or a taste?
Of course, you can.
Probably just a smell, right?
Been here for 8 months now.
What sort of flavours are you expecting to get from the wood?
We're looking between some vanilla aromas, oak aromas, coconut aromas, and we want to keep the fruitiness of the wines too.
But more exciting than just looking at it, I get to taste it. So now you've heard all about it, we now get to taste the Chateau de Pampelonne. So what sort of flavours are we going to expect to get from this?
So Chateau de Pampelonne is a very complex wine. It has a nose of spices, peaches aroma and fruits.
It really actually tastes quite peachy as well. They're like a fruit salad. This is what it's all about, the culture of the south of France and Provence. It's not about the red or the white, it's all about the rosé.
Yes, rosé is our specialty. It represents about 80% of the wine that we make here in Provence.
Brilliant, cheers, thank you. There is a direct flight from China to France that takes about 11 hours. The climate in Provence is quite mild all year round. In summer it heats up a little more, but its temperature is comfortable at around 10 to 30 degrees centigrade. The best time to see the stunning lavender fields in Provence is from the end of June to the middle of August. Up next, we'll take you to the Venice of the Mediterranean and visit a quaint and absolutely enchanting Provençal town. Don't go away.
我是标准月光族，还好有野买酒，给我带来超值享受。
我爱着工作后的悠闲，点点鼠标，坐拥美酒。
幸福，就是和家人一起品味知名酒庄红酒。
野买酒，300万会员的信赖。野买酒 ，Yes my wine。
Do all these canals and boats remind you of Venice? Well, we're actually in Port Grimaud. Wow, I am so in love with this place. It looks like a Mediterranean-style Venice, but everything's ice cream coloured. Now I'm going to have a further look around, and the best way to do it, I hear, is by boat, so let's go. Located 7 kilometres west of Saint-Tropez, this seaside port was created by architect Francois Spory in the 1960s. The town is structured by a harmonious blend of channels and canals in a very Venetian manner. I can't actually imagine what it's like living here. I mean, it looks like a perfect little world. All of the buildings, as I said, have got their own beautiful sort of light pastel colours that makes you feel quite summery when you look at it. And each and every one also has their own boat parked outside. So that's their front garden, really. They've each got a yacht. Can you imagine what that's like? You know, having a glass of rosé on your balcony and then hopping in your boat to go to the beach or go shopping. Yeah, must be pretty amazing. I'm joined here by Monsieur Michel. He's actually a driver of the boats that take tourists around
Lindsey.
the area. Yes, bonjour, Monsieur Michel. Alors, c'est combien une maison
À peu près 1 million d'euros la maison, ici.
Alors, c'est combien de personnes qui habitent ici?
À l'année, 1%. Il y a 30 maisons habitées sur les 2500. Donc à peu près 100 personnes de résidents à l'année. Après, tout le reste, c'est des résidences de vacances, mais des propriétés. Hein, les gens de tout pays, hein, tout horizon, qui viennent vivre ici que pour les vacances.
I quite like that one over there. J'aime bien celui-ci. I'm gonna buy one in the future. Peut-être dans l'avenir, maybe in the future. I hope. Getting off the boat and having a walk around really helps you to get a feel of the village and lifestyle here. And luckily, I got invited by a local to visit her house and see what it's like to live here. Well, this is Sophie, and she's from Belgium, and she lives here. You are so lucky.
Yeah.
It's absolutely incredible here. I'm so jealous. What's it like living here in Port Grimaud? I mean, I can't believe this is your back garden.
But we're not living all year here. It's only we also come for vacation because we're living in Belgium, and so yeah, just like we're just spending our time, or we're getting up and then taking breakfast and going to the sea by boat or to the beach, or whatever you like to do the day.
So how much time do you actually spend here in a year? Have you bought it or do you rent it?
Yeah, it's our house. It's a house of my father, actually. Yeah. Normally we're always here in July or June, and my father is here more in winter and in spring.
Wow. This is where you relax and have a glass of rosé and have your breakfast?
Yeah, here we have dinner and we have our meals and a nice time with friends, and we can invite friends, and it's very nice here.
Now, I do need €1 million more eagerly than ever now. Living here definitely appears to be the perfect life, peace and tranquility I've always been searching for. Well, maybe it might have to remain just a wish for now. It takes about 15 minutes to reach Port Grimaud from Saint-Tropez by car. It's free of charge to visit the village, and we do recommend that you take a boat ride around the town to see it all in its full glory. Now, deep in the heart of Provence, it's not unlikely to stumble across a vineyard or a winery, but it is quite special if you can find one that specialises in very exclusive, small quantities of extremely fine wines. And we've managed to find one right here, so this is really going to be an incredible tasting session, so come with me. This winery is called Condrieu. They are a merchant, so they don't have their own vineyard. What they do is they gather together the best wine from the top vineyards of the Rhone Valley area and blend them together to produce their world-renowned, unique fine wines. To welcome me, the owner takes out his best white vintage, of which they produced over 6,000 bottles that year. Cheers,
Cheers.
Monsieur Tatardieu. Cheers, let's taste the wine. Now that is my kind of wine. Yes, that is definitely my kind of wine. I want to ask him what kind of grapes he used in this. C'est quoi exactement les raisins dans ce vin?
Alors, les raisins sont principalement, ce vin est issu principalement de marsanne et avec un peu de roussanne. Mais la particularité de ce vin, c'est vraiment d'être de très vieilles vignes.
To get a further understanding of the secrets behind this fine wine, I decided to take a closer look into their winery behind the scenes. This is great in here. It's very cold. This is Sebastian. This is actually Michel's son, and he also helps him in the winery alongside his daughter. So what do you do with them once they're here?
During the first year, we age separately each producer from the same appellation, and after 1 year we blend the wine.
How do you choose, okay, I'm going to pick this one and blend them together?
The experience. By experience you know which wine will make a good blend.
Would you really say then it's a family gift that comes through the genes?
Yes, my father teach me wine very early. Every Sunday lunch, taste wine, and after, yes, one day I say, why not? I would like to be a winemaker, so.
Fantastic. And I think that's what really the secret is of French wine, because it's passed down through the family. It has really that sort of passion and love for wine that's continued through the generations.
Yeah, exactly.
And as you said, they've got secrets. The Condrieu winery opens from 8 AM to 12 PM noon, and then from 1:30 PM to 5:30 PM from Monday to Thursday. On Friday it opens from 8 AM to 12 PM and from 1:30 PM to 4:30 PM if you want to go wine tasting. Now, it's really worth getting away from the coast as well and going deep into the heart of the countryside of Provence. And this is such a charming little town. This is called Luberon. It's actually a medieval town. It's protected by the government. No more new buildings can be constructed, and you can wonder at the beautiful old-style chateaux that are there. In fact, there's one right over here, so I'm going to have a look around inside. If you're wanting to get away from the hustle and bustle and noise of the city, this area is ideal for you to just relax and lap up the tranquility of the atmosphere of the countryside while being surrounded by the romantic French-style architecture. To really feel like you're on holiday, you can also cool off with some delicious homemade ice cream. So many flavours, so little time. How amazing does this ice cream look? You'll find quite a lot of these ice cream shops around here, and it's the perfect thing to do if you're a tourist, to cool yourself down. I think I'll take one scoop of the caramello, please. Yeah, that was lovely. Okay, so it's melting already because it's so hot here, so I'm gonna have to eat it fast. What a shame. I highly recommend that you take a stroll around the town because it is in the smallest hidden alleyways that you really feel immersed in the true charm of Provence. Ah, lovely. Now in this charming town, it's definitely worth stopping by these really quaint little boutiques. And you can find all sorts of souvenirs, and it's all about lavender, which is of course very unique to Provence. So let's go inside and have a look. Hello. Vous êtes la propriétaire?
Oui.
Ah, she's the owner. I want to pick out some speciality souvenirs. What would you say is really typical of the region?
Here you have all the lavender, the taste of lavender. It's very, very typical of this region.
You know, they say that lavender is supposed to be very calming and relaxing.
Yes.
I wanted to ask you about this one as well. This looks brilliant. This looks amazing. It's got all the herbs of Provence in it.
Yes.
And lavender again?
Yes, lavender.
Wow, so that must be really aromatic. I think that would be a really lovely souvenir from here, actually. But after all, wine is the most famous product of France. Here you can see beautiful vineyards by the sea and atmospheric cellars in caves, all of which show how much attention and passion French people give to their winemaking. But now we are leaving the winery to embark on an adventurous expedition. Reached the area of Baume de Venise, that famous area for fine wines. But here we are, we're about to enter a 4x4 Jeep. Why? Well, we're going to take a journey up into the mountains to discover what. I'm going to keep you in suspense. Okay, so my driver for today on my off-road experience is Mr. Claude Chabron. He is an owner of a vineyard here in Baume de Venise. Can I ask you why and how you became an owner of a vineyard?
I was born here. I grew up here up to 18. Then I spent almost 25 years running around the world. 12 years ago, we decided at my wife that we better settle down here and take over the vineyards from my father.
I have to say, I feel that Monsieur Claude Chabron made a wise decision. He seems so happy to own and manage such world-class vineyards. So after that rigorous off-road experience, this is the secret of Baume de Venise. And would you say it's just all about the environment that makes the wine so good?
Environment is something very important for us, you know. We got this land from our father and grandfather ancestors, and we want to keep it as natural as possible.
Now obviously this is like the perfect environment for growing grapes, isn't it? Because you've got the sun, you've got the altitude, you've got the perfect drainage. But how do you get that real concentration of sugars in the grapes?
When we harvest the muscat, the minimum concentration of sugar is 252 grams of sugar per liter of juice, which is a syrup, you know. This is going to be ripe after, we can say, a month from now. But within a few, let's say 2 weeks from now, we're going to do what we call green harvesting, taking out the grapes, because in order to get this concentration, we need to have the minimum number of grapes, you know. So usually we keep between 6 to 8 grapes per plant.
However, all of the waste, or green harvest as he calls it, is worthwhile. Only by abiding to the strictest standards of quality can the world-famous Baume de Venise continue to live up to its name. Up next, I get to find out how luscious the sweet wine is and to sample the gastronomic pleasures of fine French cuisine. Stay tuned.
我是标准月光族，还好有椰买酒给我带来超值享受。
我爱着工作后的悠闲，点点鼠标，坐拥美酒。幸福，就是和家人一起品味知名酒庄红酒。
椰买酒，300万会员的信赖。椰买酒 ，Yes my wine。
The secret secret of how the Muscat grape is made into Baume de Venise is revealed in the winery. And in the cellar, I can see many different vintages aging.
This is a very new one. 2010, it's the last harvest.
Okay, so this
last
is a
year.
brand new one.
So we're going to get a very fresh Muscat with aromas of fresh fruits. You're going to find some lychee, of course, but you're going to find some peaches, some pears, sometimes pineapple as well.
Actually, that's really exactly how it smells. It smells like the sunshine of the south of France in a glass, actually. Like a tropical fruit salad.
Once I offered a bottle to some friends, and the children found the bottle, and they thought it was just natural, normal wine, not so strong. They drank the bottle, and at the end of the meal, they were completely drunk, because it's so fruity, you know, you just drink it like that, it's a pleasure. You feel you drink fruit juice, by the way.
Yes.
In fact, it's fruit juice, just fermented.
So what do you have for us up next?
I would propose we try this one. This is a 2001. So let's try, and you will feel the difference.
Look at the colour straight away. You
Yeah.
can see the aging in it, because this is almost 10 years old now.
Yeah.
I feel so honoured you're giving it to me. Thank you. Cheers.
Okay? Cheers.
Yes. Oh, it's completely different.
Completely different.
Isn't it amazing? It's the same grape from the same area,
Yeah.
but aged 10 years later.
This one, you get a succession of dried fruits, and you will keep in them, you know, they will saturate a little bit your mouth, and that's really great. So this is between the two, and this is a different approach to the Muscat. This Muscat has been aged in oak barrel for a period between 6 to 8 months. This is going to saturate your mouth of something like 20 to 30 minutes.
I have to try this.
Try
now.
it!
I may not be able to speak for half an hour though, apparently.
The first impression is vanilla. Vanilla is coming from the wood, from the oak. And you will see that it's going to saturate your mouth. You got in the middle, on your tongue, you got a small piece of chocolate. You got all these flavors around, and the chocolate in the middle, or some cheese as well. You know, that's really great.
These wines are now available in China online from retailer Yes My Wine. But do you know how to match these wines with your food? Today, myself, along with Shui, who is the main educator and consultant for Yes My Wine, we're going to do a little bit of a food and wine matching lesson. This is a classic, actually, to match this with sweet wine, because the sweetness of the foie gras and the oiliness goes very well with sweet wine, and the saltiness adds that contrast. What would you actually match sweet wine with Chinese food in the East?
We have some Chinese food like Shanghai cuisine, some food with a little bit like sweet hint, which is matched perfectly with the sweet wine. It tastes like the Chinese fish, not a lot of flavor, but a little bit salty.
The white wine with the fish, because the fish is very delicate flavour.
Yeah, Chateau du Pape is not like too strong in alcohol. So it's quite balanced with its elegant side and very fitness of the wine plus the fish.
Okay, so now we come to the third and final course, the dessert, breed of peaches. And actually we're matching it with another Muscat, the Baume de Venise. Wow, actually the dessert tastes very similar to the wine.
Yeah, really. Very nice balance. And we don't find it too sweet, actually. It's balanced each other. So very nice ending.
So, here is the answer. Did you get it right?